Hey everybody, Graham here. So I was looking through my YouTube recommendations and I saw this video title. I'm just going to give you the title because I'm not trying to badmouth anyone. I'm not trying to, expose anyone. There's just something I want to talk about. So I saw this headline and I thought, well, geez, I didn't know Amber and Eve had broken up. I didn't see that anywhere. And I went back to my YouTube homepage and I didn't see any other videos on it. And I looked at the news and I didn't see anything in the news about it. So I watched the video and it turns out that he's getting this info from a tipster. And I don't know if he actually knows the tipster or not. He just gives a handle for the person's email address and this information. And basically what the information is that Eve Barlow and Amber Heard had broken up, and that in the course of giving an interview on the death of Coolio, who, by the way, when she was talking about that she was actually sort of making some sort of subtextual implications that Johnny was right. And bearing in mind that she's been Amber's attack dog online for at least as long as I've been following this thing. So, because I've talked a lot about the difference between what happens on YouTube, which I call entrepreneurial journalism, and what happens at things like CNN or whatever, which I call corporate journalism, one of the things that corporate journalists are always going after entrepreneurial journalists about is the fact that we don't have editors and fact checkers. And that's true. We don't. We have to be our own editors and fact checkers. Well, actually, it's not exactly true, because our editors and fact checkers are the rest of the internet. If we get something wrong, we're going to hear about it. If we don't want to be embarrassed by having everybody tell us that we're wrong, we do have to do some fact checking on our own. And I'm not saying you have to do 5 days worth of research, but I think if this guy had sort of checked around a little bit, he would have found no corroborating information. And again, I don't know if he knows the guy who emailed him or if he's, if the guy's trustworthy or what. But I really think he should have presented it as a lot more speculative than it actually was. Now, to be fair, this guy does do a speculation warning at the beginning of his videos, and that's a good thing. But if you do a speculation warning and then you talk about some iffy sort of tip as if it were established fact, I don't think that's 100% above board. I think that's a little bit, well, it's a lot sensationalistic, and it's not a great look. I just think that we have to be extra careful about stuff like this, because the nature of YouTube and the internet as a whole is sort of like a giant game of telephone, where somebody says something and then somebody comments on it and then somebody else comments on the commentary and then somebody comments on that. And, by the time it's gone through 4 or 5 iterations, it just becomes unrecognizable. And if we want to avoid that kind of thing, we need to make sure that we get our facts straight. So I don't think this guy was wrong for reporting on this tip. I just think he should have been a little clearer that this was just a tip and not a verified news story. And again, I just say that because I think as a new genre of journalism, YouTubers need to be extra careful. So that's all I really wanted to say today. I hope you're all doing great out there. I hope you're having a good day. I will talk to you in the next one. Graham out. Bye-bye.